Hello and welcome. This is Ajinkya. In the previous videos, I talked about gameplay ability system and state tree, but today it's all solid. Linear programming is not great when dealing with large code, and that's why Unreal Engine uses object-oriented programming. But even object-oriented programming can get messy if team didn't follow rules. And that's what I'm going to show today. Solid design patterns and how I used them in my new project, an electronics repair shop game. Single responsibility. A class or function should have only one and only one reason to change. But before that, as per Uncle Bob's principle of single responsibility, it should do one thing. Let me explain. In my player character code, perform interaction trace component has a function, perform interaction trace. It has only one job, do a line trace and calculate the hit. It does not handle what happens after the hit. Similarly, coming back to, it should have only one reason to change rule. The Vox repair character was getting too fat, as it was responsible for input handling and hit tracing. By moving the math to perform interaction trace component, character has only one reason to change, that is, input action handlers. Open-close principle. Entities should be open for extension but closed for modification. For this, I have an example to show this principle. The electronic template type is used to define device parts as it's a data asset. I can have multiple such assets. I can add a new Game Boy, a vintage camera, or a Macintosh simply by creating a new data asset in the editor, and the initialize device function remains closed because it doesn't need a single line of code changed to support these new objects. Another interesting example is my enum repair mode. When I click on the UI row, I can extend the interaction logic in request part action function. Enum in switch cases, the architecture allows me to add new repair minigames by extending the interface implementation rather than rewriting the actor. Delegates are Unreal's way of implementing the observer pattern. Electronic item doesn't know who is listening the event on inspection request delegate. It just broadcasts. This keeps the item closed to changes in the UI layers. Liskov Substitution principle. Objects of superclass should be replaceable with objects of its subclasses without breaking the system. The simplest example here is the interaction. Player character calls handle interact action. It does not cast to any phone or Macintosh class actor. It simply checks if the actor implements interactable item interface. This is not limited to only interfaces. Any code expecting an actor can use electronic item. Maybe it just needs to get actor location. Okay, now coming back to an earlier mistake I did. Handle inspection request function. It should not take electronic item as argument, but an interface, repairable item. In this refactor, the handle inspection request function, which previously the function accepted a raw pointer to an electronic item, a concrete actor class. This meant the widget had a hard dependency on that specific class, and to access its delegates, we had to cast the stored object back to electronic item before calling anything on it. After the refactor, the function now accepts a script interface wrapping repairable item interface. This is a much cleaner design. The widget no longer needs to know or care about the concrete type of the item it's inspecting. Inside the function, the old defensive unbind logic required casting to electronic item before removing delegate bindings. That cast has been completely removed. Instead, we now call getOnOperation changed delegate and getOnPathState changed delegate directly through the interface, which are two new virtual methods added to repairable item and implemented by electronic item class. The rest of the function follows the same pattern. After storing the new item and showing the repair UI, we bind to both delegates through the interface rather than through the concrete class. The result is a widget that is fully decoupled from electronic item actor class. Any future actor that implements repairable item interface can now trigger an inspection request, and the widget will handle it correctly with no changes needed. So as you can see, I'm facing the build error. That's because I forgot to implement the interface methods. And you will soon see that I fixed those errors and build should work just fine. So bear with me for a minute. Now with this change, the UI now truly doesn't care if it's a phone, a car, or a toaster. As long as it has a given actor implements the given interface, it works. The UI depends on a high-level abstraction, repairable item interface, not a low-level detail, which was electronic item actor class. Interface segregation principle. No client should be forced to implement the methods it doesn't need. The best bad example for this would be a custom class inherited by child classes, and if they all were forced to implement functions all won't need. In my project, electronic item chooses which interfaces to implement. It does not inherit from a monolithic item interface with 20 odd functions, but it picks only the one it needs, such as interactable item interface for interaction and repairable item interface for repair related methods. Dependency inversion principle. Depend on abstraction, not on concretion. As you already saw previously in handle inspection request function refactoring. That shows why we should keep abstract references than hard references. So instead of keeping hard reference to electronic item class, the overlay widget holds a script interface repairable item reference, which means later we can replace electronic item with a wooden toy item and UI still works. And that's it from this video. I hope you liked this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Bye for now.